everyone, welcome to the Stealthy Crafter. I'm Jessica and today I will be doing a Wip Chat for you guys. If you're new here and you don't know what Wip stands for, it stands for Work in Progress, and what that means is that you can bring your own whips out, or if you want you could do things like chores, drive around, or just sit on the couch doing absolutely nothing while you listen to me ramble about what's been going on in my week. With that being said, oh my goodness, this plastic's gonna annoy me, sorry. With that being said, I hope everyone is doing well today. As you can see here, I am almost done. I am on the very bottom row. I have 4 sections left of this canvas. It is called Galaxy by Erica DeGuber. I'll pull up the picture right here for you guys. It is a 42 by 53 centimeter canvas, or 16.5 by 20.9 inches. It has 35 colors and 3 of those are ABs, and it is a square, and I am so excited to be done. I love the artwork of this, but I don't know if it's just because I got this back in 2021, but it's been very rough with putting drills down. Excuse me. But yeah, as you can see here, it is another week where I have the overhead light on, and it's kind of dark and dim here. But compared to last week where I was doing it during the night and had to be very quiet, it's actually daytime. It's just very overcast. We got some storms coming in, so hopefully I don't lose power. I really don't want to lose power. So yeah, last week it's been raining. This week it's been raining. I think we had 2 days of sun. It's so weird because it's been no rain for weeks on end, and now it's just rain all the time, and it feels nice. It feels so nice instead of so disgusting until yesterday. It's starting to warm up again, so now it's like rainy and muggy. So I hate it when it's rainy and muggy. Anyway, so don't have a lot to talk about what's been happening last week. If you know, my kids started school last week, so we've been kind of just in the process of getting used to the school schedule again. And just like waking up early, but I've also been taking advantage of the fact that no one's home. Well, I mean, besides my husband, but that no one is home, and I'm just been diamond painting. Of course, once that's done, I'll probably start, going back to doing other things as well, but been kind of taking slight advantage. But yeah, I figured what I would do this week is talk a little bit what happened, not what happened, just talk a little bit, give you guys a little bit of updates with the kids, and with the kittens, and then I figure that I will talk about my goals for the rest of 2025. Some of them might be a little lofty. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I hope I am not coming down with something. I wouldn't be surprised because, like I said, the kids started school, so I am not surprised if there's going to be diseases and germs coming my way. By the way, if you are wondering about all the stuff that I'm using, usually I try and put a link of everything that I'm working on down below, so that way I don't spend too much time talking about it. So if you guys are curious, everything but the pin. I don't know where the pin's from. So everything but the pin, I'll put down below. So, but yeah. So last week was, like I said, pretty chilled. The kids had a pretty decent first week back. There was a couple of hiccups for them. Michael actually had a terrible last day, on Friday. He was kind of upset. Something happened during it was during lines or something like that. One of the teachers accused him of talking during lunch line or something, and made him have a silent lunch, and he was pretty upset. He takes things to heart about things when he hasn't done anything wrong, and then he gets he gets in trouble for, just existing. I know sometimes, though, absolutely his fault, but he was really adamant about it. He's like, I didn't talk to anyone. I was like just standing there, and she thought I was the one talking, and she wouldn't listen to me, and I got in trouble. And I was like, okay, I mean, like, I can't really, do anything about that. Unfortunately, that part. I mean, if he keeps getting targeted, then we'll have a little talk. But it's not his normal teachers because it was during lunchtime. So, I told him to just let me know if it keeps happening, and we'll have a talk or something, because I know sometimes, and it's not all the time, but there was a teacher who kind of like favored the girls over the boys, and the boys would always get in trouble, kind of thing, because that was like what Nicole would tell me about. So just make sure. I know, because I know Michael can be a blabbermouth. He loves to talk, but he loves to talk about his subjects. He's like, and there's times when it'll get away with him on his subjects, but usually he listens to the teacher. So I wouldn't think he would be talking about flags and periodic tables to his fellow classmates, because they have no interest in listening. He has realized that not everyone has the same interest as him and will think it's boring. But he knows that the teachers will listen to him. So it's funny, because it's just like me and my husband will listen to him, even though sometimes I feel like I'm kind of glazing over on some stuff. I'm trying to like focus to make sure I'm understanding what he says. Although there are times where I'm like, how do you know this knowledge, kid? How? I know how, because I watched the same stuff that he's watching. He just gleans from it and just absorbs it. And it's just like, dang. Yeah, so he had a rough Friday, but overall the week has been a pretty good week. And I did not have them do their summer homework. It wasn't mandatory, it was optional. So they were, given the choice, and they did basically homework that I assigned instead, which got us with kitties. As your little reward. But the kittens were, already a thing, but they also think that the kittens were their reward. It was mostly for other reasons, but it was just like, yeah, the kittens, they're totally, we're still going to take them somewhere and like get them ice cream and stuff like that, for doing the homework that I assigned them. But I was like, I could not spend another year doing their just summer homework, even though they had an incentive. They were just like, and it's always a funny thing, because the incentive, every year seems to rain during the incentive, and usually it's like a water day or bouncy houses or something like that, and it always rains on the incentive day, so it always gets canceled, and then like they have to do something else, and sometimes they still get the bouncy spots and stuff like that, but other times it has to be like an indoor thing, and then they're not happy about it. So it's just like, I'm kind of glad I did what I did, because they had to cancel it again. I'm like, yep, there we go. It doesn't matter next year, because they'll be middle schoolers, and there's like no incentive at all to do the homework. We learned our lesson with Nicole when in her 6th grade year. We did the homework, and Nicole turned it in, and the teachers gave her a weird look for even doing the schoolwork, and didn't even get a good job or anything graded back or anything like that. So it was just like, well, we're not going to do that again. We're just not. So then let's see, the kids are starting to do sign up for clubs too. So Michael and Jana are signing up for clubs. Jana is going to participate in the recycling club, which meets up once a week, and they are supposed to like go around the school in the mornings and gather up like all the plastic and stuff like that that's like the teachers have collected, like, and have put outside of their classrooms and stuff like that. So she has to go in early, but I dropped the kids off early. Well, when I say I, it's my husband and I. we dropped the kids off early anyway, so it's not like it's a big deal to go in early. And now it's just we may have to go a little bit later now, which is kind of a good thing for my husband, because last year Jana joined the flag team, which was like to raise and lower the flag. Now Michael wants to join the flag team, so he has to go in early and has to stay late. But Jana wants to join the safety club as well, which has her staying late in the afternoons. So it's just like, okay, perfect. You both are having to go in early. You both have to leave late. So that's fine. There's not going to be like where we have to tell one kid, well, you're going to have to be waiting around because there's no way we're going to just go out twice and try and beat traffic and everything. So, but yeah, they're starting to get into it. They got testing this week, though. They have to start doing their diagnostic testing. So they're not happy about that. So we are like trying to get them to be well rested and everything. Nicole had a good first days of school, but she's been feeling pretty miserable. We actually had an incident that happened yesterday that we told her to definitely go talk to the counselor about. We're still having issues with the school itself. So we gotten the letter from her doctor about a 504 plan, and we've been desperately trying to find the coordinator for this. And we had no answer from the nurses. We had no answer from the social worker. And then Nicole finally went to the guidance counselor and gave her the paper, and the guidance counselor just thanked her and said, okay, and that was it. So we had to call the guidance counselor, and they were like, okay, well, we're getting it, blah, blah, blah. It's like, and they told us that they'll call us back, and that we'll get a meeting set up. And they were like, okay, so, but they haven't called us back yet. And I'm like, okay, so tomorrow we're probably going to have to raise heck again because we need to get this set. We told them it's an emergency. It needs to be now. And for some reason, they are dragging their feet about it. And it's just like, no, I need you guys to listen to me. I don't want to be like a Karen, but this needs to get done for my kid. So, and I hate that I know it's the beginning of the school year and that things are kind of, hard to get done and stuff like that, but it's been deemed an emergency by the doctor, and we've expressed that it's been, it's very urgent, and it's just like they seem to be wanting to drag their feet about it. And we still never got a response back to the nurses. Like I said, I know it's the beginning of the school year, but it shouldn't take over a week to respond back. And it's so weird because the elementary school teachers and stuff like that, just instantaneously. And it's crazy like how different it is with middle school. And my husband and I kind of had a talk about this, like how personal the elementary school teachers are, like even the principal, how personable he is. Compared to the middle school, it is a night and day difference. And I know there's, age groups and stuff like that, but man, it's just like with the elementary school, the principal takes time to know each of his students' names and basically tries to make sure to put the name to the parents and stuff like that, and actually talks to the parents, like especially in the car rider line, he'll talk to them. And the teachers, they're pretty, they even though we're trying, rushing the people along, they still will say hi, or they will be like, basically know you by name kind of thing. Meanwhile, over at the middle school, completely different experience. The principal just waves constantly, just waves doesn't even talk to you, doesn't even know my daughter's name at all. And my kid, she's not a troublemaker or anything like that. But yeah, doesn't even know who she is, doesn't even bother to learn her name. And I know that the school's a bit bigger, but there was one point the elementary school was, about 2/3 of the size of the middle school, and the principal still took the time to find out who's who. And I'm like, but even the teachers, they yell, they scream, they don't have any warmth. Like when we're there, they give zero. And I understand because middle and high schoolers, teenagers are rough, but I feel like they just kind of give everyone the same brush stroke and group them all under the same category when that's not the case. Nicole was telling me like how everyone's like separated by categories at the pickup line, but it's so squeezed in that there literally is no room to maneuver because they send everyone outside who's getting picked up. Completely different experience compared to like I said, the elementary school. And it's not really safe during thunderstorms. They let the kids stay out there in the rain, which I'm like, why? But they were yelling because they're too close to the sidewalk, but I've been there for pickup. There's no room. There's literally everyone's like packed like sardines up there. How do you expect them to be as far away from the sidewalk when there's literally no room to be away from the sidewalk? It makes no sense. I don't know. So yeah, that's just, but I at the same time, I would prefer this over the buses because there's been just so many fights on the buses. I don't want to subject my kids to that. So, there's points when I'm like, I still want to do homeschool. I would love to do that, but I know that it's not going to happen. But, one of the things that's trying to be a bright note is she's trying out for jazz band again. So Nicole's like really excited. She went in for jazz band. Like she brought her bassoon in. Apparently her teacher asked her to bring it in because he was returning that in and getting a new one or a slightly used one. So he's trying to get a brand new one. So and then she gets to use the brand new one, which she's all excited about, and he was going to help her out because of everything with what was happening this summer. She explained the situation to him. He's like, we'll work with you on this, so I thought, she's already talked to a couple of teachers, so even though I say a lot of teachers, not all the teachers, she has like 2 or 3 good teachers who have listened to her. And they've already told her, hey, if you need to be out of this classroom, for your issues, go ahead. It's completely okay. You do it. And I'm like, so I appreciate those teachers. They are sweet. And we're like going to be sending emails and hopefully someone listens to us. But yeah, she's trying out for jazz band. She says she only made one mistake, so she thinks she's going to get into jazz band 1. She's really hoping. I have she already told me that the teacher said that she did an excellent job, so and then she went, are you gonna be upset if I go into jazz band too? I'm like, no, you want to just I'm be proud of you either way. Do what you can do. So yeah, she's excited for that. He's also said that since they're 8th graders, because oh my god, I can't believe they're 8th graders. They have to do regional band and everything. So she wasn't going to join for that, but she has no choice this year. She has to join to try out for regional band. So we'll be having her practice on that, and of course she still wants to do her running. So I got her running shoes and everything. So she's going to have a bit on her plate this year, but the running's only at the beginning of the year. Although I'm not sure how I feel about her wanting to join soccer because she has never, of the kids that have expressed interest in soccer, it's Jaina. No one else has. And now all of a sudden she wants to do soccer. So I'm just like, okay. I'm not going to push it, but at the same time, I'm like, okay. Is this one of your passing interests, like the robotics thing? um, but let's see. So yeah, we're gonna find out the results. I think either tomorrow or later on this week. If she, which band position she will be in. So, and then she gets to also practice with the bassoon and everything. So I know that though, if she does get into jazz band one, she is going to be a nervous wreck because her teacher always makes a lot of the kids there do solos. So she's probably gonna have to do a solo, and she's gonna be so scared about it. But you know, I'll be proud of her if she does it. Let's see. Oh, also, like for during the first week, so the twins haven't had any homework. They actually didn't have homework yesterday. At all. They said they won't be having their homework until they get their tablets in. Nicole has her tablet. She's had it for the entire summer. But she came home like the first day, and it was like the first or second day, and said, I need to go and get a tissue box. And we're like, what? And she goes, usually it's like the wish list kind of thing. I'm like, why do we need to do that? She goes, it's for my project. It's not the teacher's wish list. It's for my project. Now, I feel like this is a guise of a wish list part thing, disguised as a project. But I don't know. But it was her math teacher that issued out the project, and she had the entire week to do stuff with it, and she could not open her tissue box, and she had to have it easy access and everything to open it, but oh my goodness. So it was just like, basically she had to do stuff on each side of the tissue box, write one fact about her family, something about a certain person that she would wish to meet, a phrase or a saying, like on each side, like something different. And she had the entire week to work on it and everything. So she did it during the weekend instead, because she was just so tired from school. So she worked it on the weekend instead and turned it in yesterday. But oh man, it was just like, first week of school, and you're telling parents to go and get a tissue box, because it was just like, oh my goodness, not everyone can get a nice tissue box, but Chris bought an extra one just in case for her friend, because one of her friends was having a hard time and everything. So he bought an extra one just in case that kid needed it, which was really, really sweet. So luckily he didn't, but we were like, well, we have it here and just in case. So she's turned it in yesterday. She's like, it's basically in a pile with all the other tissue boxes. And I'm like, yeah, I have a feeling like it's a part of his wish list disguised as a project. I really feel like that's the case. So that's pretty much what's been happening with the kids for the week. Michael and Jana had their friends over almost every single day this weekend. We are tired, and since it's been raining, they can't go outside to play. And then of course it's just like, well, we're bored, because we're inside and there's nothing to do. And oh my god. So it's just like, so we had someone here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then yesterday, and I was just like, okay, I don't know if I can handle another set of kids coming around. I'm kind of done. Our house is closed for today. Let me have a recruit day. Especially since yesterday we had 2 kids over, and I had to keep an eye on all of them, and I was just like, oh, no. And I know, selfish me, I kind of wanted to just stop and paint. Let's see. And then the kittens, they're doing well. Nova, she's starting to show some mischief. She's starting to be a little mischievous now. So we were like, okay, Rigel's the troublemaker. Nova has her own troublemaking patterns, so um, she is a vacuum cleaner. She likes to try and hoover anything that will fall to the floor. So sweeping has been picked up by a whole lot now. It's like, and I'm just like constantly, what's in your mouth? What's in your mouth? What's in your mouth? All day long. That's one of my phrases that I say now. I feel like I've been transported back in time when Michael and Jaina were toddlers, and Jaina was just constantly putting things in her mouth and me going, what's in your mouth? What's in your mouth? Rigel still likes to get into trouble. He's still trying to be an escape artist. He had figured out there was we had a chair that was near the stairs but not next to the stairs, but just enough for him to use it to jump over the gate. It was just close enough because the kids scooted it, and we usually have it scoot further back, but for some reason the kids had it pushed closer. So he figured out how to do that, so we had to push the chair in a different direction. It was just like, no. And then we started seeing if they like boxes. Nova seems to like a box a lot. She will be content in the box. Rigel sometimes will enjoy the box, but he likes to mostly chomp on it. He will just chomp on the box. So there's been cardboard bits all the time. I've only have 2 boxes out for the cats to kind of mess around with, but otherwise it's just like, no, I don't need every single box in the house available for them. So I only have 2 right now. Let's see. Nova. So I have put double-sided sticky tape on the gates to prevent Rigel from climbing up over the gates, because he has done that. And then I have like little door stopper, these like floor door stoppers, so that way they can't climb under the mesh gate. And then I made sure they couldn't climb over. Well, Nova doesn't seem to be bothered by the glue like he is. It's funny. She hates aluminum foil. He'll crunch on aluminum foil. He hates the glue. He despises the glue, the adhesive, and it's meant for cats. It says it was pet safe and everything, but she will lick it. She will lick the glue, and I'm just like, I'm constantly going, no, ma'am, no, away, and I'm just like, good Lord, you are such a silly kitty. They're both silly kitties, but they've been very, very cute. I've been loving to see their personalities come out more and more all this time. And then we gave them wet food for the first time last week. Oh my goodness. It was hilarious to see them just devour it. And then when they got their normal kitten food, at their next feeding, they were like, what the heck is this? What the heck is this? And I was just like, you're not going to get it all the time. I can't afford to give you wet food all the time, but I will give it to you some of the time. Like yesterday, I gave them wet food, and it was so funny because it's they're starting to associate things with food, and they heard the can open, not the can opener, because I've used the can opener way too many times for stuff that we use, so they're like, they ignore it now. But they heard the can sound going, when I was pulling the lid off, and Nova's head pokes up from the treehouse, and she looks at me, and then the moment she sees me grab her food bowl is the moment she jumps off the tree and immediately runs to me and starts headbutting me on my leg and meowing. It's so cute hearing their meows. It's like, meow. And it was just like, and then Rigel figured out, hey, hey, food, 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 and then starts headbutting me as well and meowing the whole time. It was like, oh, okay, I'm getting you food. Don't worry, kittens, you know. And yeah, they devoured that, and it was just like, this morning I'm coming downstairs, I'm getting the kids ready for school and everything, and I pour cereal, and they hear the cereal pour, and they think it's their food, and they're like running to me, and I'm just like, it's not you, it's them. This is not you, this is human food, not kitty food. And then like I gave them their cat food, and they looked at me like, this isn't wet. And I'm just like, yeah, that's your food. And they kept coming to me and meowing and wanting it. I'm like, you can eat that, it's okay. It's just like, it was so cute. And then last week, I was actually having a rough day, one of the days, and I was sleeping downstairs during that time, and I actually had them come and cuddle with me. I was so surprised because, especially with Rigel's not the type to cuddle. He'll tolerate pets. He will love you scritching on him, like just like right behind his ears. He loves that, and like especially right on his on the lower part of his back. He will accept scritches no matter what. You're not allowed to pick him up though. He'll struggle, but he'll come to you. He'll come to you. Like when he's in the mood, he'll come to you, and then like, and it was so cute because I was really sad and everything at one point last week, and I was actually kind of I was crying a little bit to be honest, and he came over and he just headbutted me and then started licking my forehead and everything, and I was just like, oh, you know. And then Nova comes over because I have my what I dubbed my butt cushion. It's just a pillow, like a pillow for like for harder seats and stuff like that. And they love sitting on that cushion all the time. So I had it like next to me on the ottoman on the couch, and Nova comes over and just lays there and then just like moves her head towards my hand and everything. So they were just kind of cuddling with me, and then at one point I had both of them like climb on me, and he's done this a few times when I'm napping downstairs. Like he'll, especially if I'm wearing my comfy blanket that he loves. They love this one blanket of mine. He'll just start making biscuits. He'll headbutt me and make biscuits and everything. And it was so funny because one night when I did sleep downstairs, like that night that I was sleeping downstairs after he comforted me and everything, I was wearing my CPAP mask and he kept trying to bat at it. He kept trying to bat at the side, like just attack the side of it. And it's like, no, that's not for you. And he was just like, you know, but I want to attack. I want to attack. It's like, no, that's not for you, attack. It was really sweet and adorable, especially when he's making biscuits and everything. So I'm really, really glad that we have these kittens and everything, and it's so sweet that they've already, you know, feel comfortable enough to be around us and want to comfort us when we're feeling sad and everything. So it's just like, oh, my heart, you know. So, but yeah, just, you know, it's the small things, and I can't wait to see how they grow and everything. I will say though, Rigel, he is a big kitty though. They're both literally 4 months old. I looked at their birth dates. They're, like I said, they're a day apart, and they're both April babies. They're like at the beginning of April. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is perfect because I have my Chrysabug offense that's in April, and then of course my twins, their birthdays at the end of April, and now I have the kitty's birthday, which is at the beginning of April. I'm just like, oh my goodness, so much stuff. So I'm really, I'm like, I got a lot of stuff to do in April. But yeah, just, you know, it's nice to see all that. I know, I was like, but yeah, Rigel, he is big though. He's gotten long for his age. I'm just like, and he's feeling hefty too. Like he has heft. I'm like, how did you gain more weight since last week? Because good Lord, you feel like you've gained another pound. And it's just like, he doesn't look like he's chubby or chunky. And we've been playing with them. We got some more kitten toys and stuff like that, especially now that the kids aren't home, so that way they can chase some objects when I'm sitting here doing some diamond painting and stuff like that. So they have something to play with. And then, of course, I have my little feather ones, so they, play with them when they're in the mood and give them their treats. So, but yeah, we're all coexisting and everything. It's just, I'm really glad to have them. So I keep kind of joking around that we should have one more kitten. I don't think my husband is appreciative of my jokes. But yeah, that's pretty much it that's been going on for the week. One other thing that's been happening is my husband actually is probably will be working from home more often, which I'm excited for. And also kind of nervous about, because I kind of like the fact that, at least one day a week, I didn't have anyone at home to hear me talk. And it's been weird during the summer having to do Wip Chats with the kids around, or just videos in general. And now, I'm going to have someone home no matter what. So it's just like, okay, I got to get used to talking while knowing that there's someone home. Of course, I'll probably be doing the Wip Chats upstairs, or in the dining room. If I do them in the dining room, it may be the cats might come by, because that's where their food and litter box is. So you'll probably be hearing a lot of noises if I do Wip Chats in the dining room. But yeah, let's kind of go over my goals that I want to work on for the rest of 2025. And let me scoot this chair because I have been slowly edging away from the desk. All right. I have been kind of figuring out what I wanted to do, because it is mid of August. So technically have only about 4.5 months left, I would say, right? Yeah, all of September, all of October, November and December, and then, the rest of August. So about 4.5 months of 2025 left. And so I wanted to, see if I don't know if these goals are a little bit lofty, to be honest. I had written them down a little bit, so let me pull them over here. So some of them might be a little bit much, but we'll see. But one of my first goals is, and I'm pretty sure you guys know it, but it is to finish my Carlac diamond painting. Surprise, surprise, I have not worked on it at all this month. I've been trying to focus on getting this done. I have already kitted up Tropic Like It's Hot, and I wanted to work on that before I would jump in with Carlac, because I started making a plan list. But I really, really want to get Carlac done. I'm just hoping that I can start working on it soon, sooner than later at least. But yeah, that is like one of my first goals that I would love to accomplish, but I don't know if I'm gonna how I'm gonna work on that. But that's something that I am planning on doing. Then one of my other goals is, so Shire Shenanigans has started doing a 100-day challenge, and she is going to be doing a section a day on her canvas. And I asked her if it was okay to do the same thing and talk about it, like make videos about it. So that's something I want to do as well. But I kind of want to do it a little bit more. She's just doing a section a day. And I figured I would do something similar like that. And it kind of goes into my next goal that I have here, which is to whittle down my 2021 and 2022 stash. I was going to just have it on 2021, but I figured to expand it to also 2022, because I have quite a bit of diamond paintings. Let me scoot myself back up. I'm starting to slide away from my desk. All right. But yeah, I've been trying to figure out how I want to do this. I kind of want to do like an update thing. I want to work at least one section a day on my kits from 2021 and 2022. Like I'm playing it out and stuff like that, while also try to work around events and things that are happening during the rest of the year. So because there is, of course, Drills and Chills is happening for September and October. There is, I think, a fan art event that's supposed to happen in September. The Cat Fedora event is supposed to happen in September, which is why I'm like, I don't know if I can work on Karlach, although I do want to work on Karlach, so I may not do the Cat Fedora one, although I really wanted to. But yeah, my main things are those three. Those are my my top three goals. I want to work on that. I think it's achievable, especially since I was doing pretty good. I figure what I can do is just focus on one section and one section only on my my 2021 and 2022 kits. And then when I finish that section for the day, I can switch over and start working on Karlach, unless I feel like I'm too burnt out on her. And then I can continue to working on whatever kit I feel like for that day. But my goal is to work at least one section of my older kits before I switch over to something every single day. If I do not do it for that day, I need to, like if I have like school events or, too many doctor's appointments and stuff, either I could do two sections the day before or make it up on the weekend kind of thing, to make sure that way I am still doing basically 100 sections all together. But I have to make sure to note it that that's what I'm going to do, not just try and bank it in advance kind of thing, unless I know for sure I am missing out for that day. At least that's what I want to attempt. I really want to attempt that. Then my next goal is, I feel like is achievable too. The Flossy Fox Shop, the Flower Meadow Dragons Stitch Along has started. I haven't gotten canvas and stuff yet. They haven't come in, but I want to start working on that and start doing the stitch along when it comes in. So whenever that comes in, I'm going to start doing that. So that's another goal that I feel that I can do as well. And then these are my kind of, I want to have happen, but I don't know if I can make it happen kind of goals. So I want to see if I can hit 30 finish whips for the year. I want to see if I can finish 30 of my diamond paintings. I'm already at 22 altogether. From what I've saw. So I feel like it could be possible if I finish this. This will be 23. Karlach will be 24 if I finish that this year. Tropic Like It's Hot will be 25. So that's just 5 more canvases after those 3 that I need to finish. And I feel like I could do that. But with the stuff that I want to work on, it might not happen. I don't know, because these are my next 2 things that are Yume, and they're both big. So I want to start on, my next goal is I want to work on flower delivery. I had that kitted up the moment I got it. I had that ready to go, and it has been sitting upstairs just looking at me forlorn and just sad and just like, and it calls to me and it says, please, please. And I'm just like, I want to, but I can't. So it's like, part of me is like, that could be the Drills and Chills thing because it's a witch. So, and then like, I can work whatever I want for my 2021, because like by the time I'm done with this, it's not going to be September yet unless I start September 1st. I haven't decided if I'm going to start September 1st or start at the end of this week. I'm wanting to get like some things. I'm like gathering some of my stuff out and trying to figure out what I want to do exactly. And then of course, And then, of course, one of my next goals is also to find time to start Petals Fall. And I just like, I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. They're all big canvases, and I haven't even, it's just like, I'm like, I want to finish 30 canvases this year, and yet I also want to work on 2 huge canvases as well. So yeah, I got some lofty goals. I got some pretty big goals for this year. And then one more goal that I don't know if I probably might work onto next year. It might be next year's goal. Is to kind of start integrating some of my other crafting hobbies into this channel. So it's not just diamond painting. And I know that diamond painting, the algorithm will probably really hate me with that, because usually when you do things like crochet or cross stitch, or anything that's not diamond painting related, the algorithm will just completely bite you in the butt. But at the same time, I don't want to experience burnout. I haven't yet, thankfully, but I do want to kind of work on my other projects and stuff. I had this cross stitch that's like underneath my table that's I have not touched in over a year plus, and it's a stitch along. The stitch along's over. And I wanting to work on it, and it's just I feel like I want to make myself accountable and be able to do some of my older things that I have that's around the house. I like to show off my stickers that I work on. I like to do sticker by numbers. I kind of like want to show some of those things. And then, of course, like some of my my origami that I kind of work on from time to time, because I like folding papers and things like that. I like trying to figure things out. Right now, I've been just like making paper stars for my husband. Like I'm trying to fill out a jar whenever I have a spare moment, which hasn't been lately. But yeah, I figured like I would like to make some time for that, but that might be a next year goal. I might be just putting a little bit too much on my plate as it is, because like I said, there's only 4.5 months left. But yeah, I feel like some of these goals can be achievable, but I don't know about the others. But we can always try, right? Oh my goodness. Let's see. I think that was it for the rest of the goals. Yeah, it doesn't look like I have much over here. Like I only put a little bit of my notes down. Let's see. Carlac, 100 days, whittle down my stash, flower delivery, petals fall, Flossy Fox, 30 finishes. The 30 finishes might be questionable if I work on those 2 huge canvases. It might be. And they're both square, so I haven't done a lot of rounds this year. I really haven't. I have not touched much of my rounds. And the funny thing is, with this canvas that I'm working on, I am not keeping these drills because they're pretty much trash in my opinion. They're from 2021 and they are not pointy. I know people don't like the pointy drills. I like the pointy drills. I like the feel of them. But these are like definitely on the older stuff, and there's a lot more trash in these. So wanna just throw them once I'm done with this kit. Just because I don't want to keep them. I have a huge stash of drills, but I'm trying to keep the newer ones. And I'm still going to work, I know I said whittle down my 2021 and 22 stash, but that doesn't mean I won't work on newer kits from time to time, because I feel like I will have a hard time working only on older kits. So that's why I'm like, okay, a section a day for those, so that way it keeps me going, it helps me whittle it down. And if I feel like I want to do more, especially after I finish Carlac, that's something I gotta work on. Because I want to give that to my hubby. I promised him I would. I haven't had a chance to work on play on Baldur's Gate either, so I've gotten other games, and I've been waiting for my hubby to have a free moment for himself as well, so we can play together. So But I've been playing other games instead. He got me this this really cute game. It's just on my computer. So like if I'm watching YouTube videos and stuff, I can play while I'm watching, and it's called like Wimlings or Whimside. There we go. So it's so cute. It's just very, very casual, but it reminds me of Pokemon. But I have a feeling at the end of the month, because Coloring Foxels is coming out, and yeah, I think I'm getting sick because my voice, it feels like it wants to give out. But anyway, Coloring Voxels is coming out, and I love Coloring Pixels. That's on Steam. So Coloring Voxels is coming out, and I really want to work on that. So I feel like I'm going to be going deep on that. I'm hoping Power Wash Simulator 2 will come out soon. I got to start working on my, and I'm not diamond painting. I'm just talking now. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm rambling now. I am definitely in ramble mode. Anyway, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.